big warm welcome to G4S, which stands for Google for Search, which is no surprise considering that Google started off as search. So what's this all about then? So basically the basic plan is that rather than running Adsense text ads, we've got another way of getting money out of Google, and basically it's Google search, because basically you can create your own custom Google search widgets, and it can carry advertising, and then just as normal, if people click on the ads, then you get paid, and that's basically it. So basically that's what the little widget looks like. You'll see it in context a bit more in a minute. So let's just see what we're talking about. So normally we have to run these kind of texty based things, and obviously they look like ads, and people tend not to like them and tend not to click on them. And if you've got a nice clean site, it's kind of muck it up. Whereas what we're saying now is that you can instead kind of use this search widget up here. But the other real beauty of this is that you're in control of where your search widget searches. So it can be just on your own site, so you're only searching your own content. So obviously if you're happy about your own monetization, you can just make it search your own content. You could give it a list of your own sites, your own network of sites to search across, or you could give it a list of authority sites to go search, or you could give it a list of your favorite highly recommended sites to search, which is your kind of hot list, your recommendation, which is actually of great value to your visitors, and they'll thank you for that. But all the time that's going on, obviously there's ads that can be shown. If they click on the ads, then you're going to get paid. So the whole thing about this, obviously you can do this manually, you can add the code manually, but this basically adds the code at the bottom of every post if you want it to work that way. So they can finish reading what they want, and basically it says if they want more, or they haven't found what they're looking for, they can search your little search engine. And the angle that I've played it is that it's your personal private kind of shortlist, so you're doing them a favour by showing them what you think is important. Now if you want to, you can make it search the entire web, just like we would from google.com here, but it's actually pretty better if you actually make sure that the sites you put in are actually in your niche, and aren't 100% competitors and that kind of thing. But basically we want people to click on the ads. So we've maybe got people there from the content, they've either bought what we're selling or clicked on the ads that we've got in the normal kind of places, or opted into our list or whatever it is, or we want them to click on an advert. And the whole point of this is that we stick it on sites where we want to monetize the traffic without having to do any extra work. So all we do is we just install the plugin on the blog as normal. There it is, I've installed it already. It's got its own little control panel. Actually there's nothing really to set up on the control panel, but it's got one anyway. So that's basically it. Now the only thing relevant is that normally it will post on all posts, at the bottom of all posts. If for some reason you only want it to be on specific pages, then you can just change the little flag to 0, and then it will only appear on posts which have got this little token in. So any post without that token won't have the search widget added, and any posts with the token here will have the search widget added. But I can't actually think of a good reason why you want to do that, but I've put the option in just in case somebody wanted to do it, because there's no real harm to the search box being at the bottom of the thing, because if they get exactly what they want, here's one appearing here, then they don't need to search and go and find something else. If they're on another post, they can happily read that. They've got all the content they want to do. It's not interfering with anything that's going on. If they've got what they want, they're happy. If not, then they can go and search somewhere else, but you're going to get paid at least for that search, assuming that they click on an advert. If they go to another post, again same thing, it's not interfering, it's not in the way, and when they get to the end, it's either if what they wanted is, if they've already got what they wanted, they're fine and they don't need to go anywhere else. Otherwise they can go and search for it, but you get paid for the search. And as I say, it could be that it's searching your own sites or sites that you have some sort of liaison with. Now the other thing you'll notice, every time we've changed the page, it's pretty much changed the image. And there's 7 different images at the moment, and the reason I do that is we want to give, prevent ad blindness, and rather than just having a search form at the bottom which is kind of invisible and blends into the landscape, we're actually highlighting the fact that they can go and search for whatever they want, and the different buttons say different things. So one of them says search my personal Rolodex, whatever. So you're telling them that these can be special sites that they're searching. Anyway, that's basically it. That's all that's involved. Okay, so in actual fact Google done most of the work for us. So basically you just go to your Google AdSense account, and normally you've done go to my ads, and normally you've done these ads at the top, but down here is the one for search and custom search engines, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a custom search engine. So basically we click on that, and then we add a new custom search engine, and the little form pops up and you just put it in. There's no magic here. So as I say, you can get it to search the entire web, but it's better if you have sites that you actually recommend or select or control, whatever. You can say what kind of keyword you want it to to find. I presume you could put special queries in there, to make it do all sorts of clever magical stuff. Safe search will stop adult results coming up. You can specify the the country and the language, all that kind of normal stuff. Nothing magical there. There's some stuff up here about the design, what it looks like and that kind of thing. Anyway, the important box is this one, the search results box, because we've got 3 options. Google page in the same window. Now we don't want to do that because that will replace your site, and when they go off and search they can't come back, they'll have gone, so we don't want to do that. Website using an iframe, that tends to have some issues, depending on your theme and that kind of stuff, so I suggest you don't do that either. And again, the frame's going to kind of replace what's going on. But the middle option, the Google page in a new window, that's perfect, because basically the new window will pop up. They can do whatever they're going to do. Whenever they finish what they're going to do, they close that tab, and they come back to your site, which is still sitting there waiting, and they're thinking, oh, that was a nice chap who sent me off to get all this good stuff. And if there's other things that catch their eye, they can carry on searching your your thing. If it is a very special search widget and that you've got a very special list of sites, obviously they might want to bookmark it, and there's nothing to stop you telling them in the post that that's what your search widget does, and you can tell them it's a very special search and all that kind of thing, and ask them to bookmark it, ask them to virally bookmark it and favourite it and all that kind of stuff, and and all that. And I just thought you could probably actually do one of those social bribe things where they have to like you to even use your search box, which would be interesting. I don't know if that would work. It only just occurred to me. Anyway, that's basically we want to go for that middle option. You can add your own logo, and where it goes if you click on the logo in the search results, and that's another thing worth doing. And the little logo's quite small, but you can just create a little graphic there and just paste the URL to the graphic in, and then put your main site that you want to that graphic to link to up there. Anyway, that's as hard as it is. So then what happens is we just click the save and get code button, and up comes the box. Now there's 2 boxes. We don't really need the second one. The second one is popular searches. We're not really interested in that because we don't want to know what people normally do. We want to show people what we suggest that they do, which is our list of sites, etc. And our keywords that we've chosen, not the general mass hubbub. So all we really want is this top box, but I just want to double point out that the box does scroll, so it's important you get all of the code in this box. And I think when you click on it, it does actually select all of the code by default, but just in case for any reason you try and do it manually or anything, just be very sure that you get the whole code all the way down from the script button here all the way up to the top of the form. So you just select that code and put it into your Windows clipboard with Control C, and then you're off. So then all we need to do is we just need to go to our website. Now you can either do it with FileZilla, which is a free FTP program, or you can do it with cPanel's own file manager. So you just basically go to your website, with cPanel, go into your blog, find the WordPress plugins folder, find the plugin folder for G4S, and then all you need to do is just find one little file. Okay, so the only file we need to edit is this one here called googlecode.htm, and we just open that up in the editor or the notepad or whatever you've got, and you just replace all of the code that I put there with the code that you just got from Google. And the reason why we need to do that is obviously it's got your publisher ID and your campaign ID for which site that it appears on, so that you can track it and know which site is performing well. And again, notice we've got this bit of JavaScript at the end because we copied the whole box down to the bottom. Anyway, so you just put your code in there and you save it, and then you just FTP it over, replacing the old one in the plugins folder. So it's just in your blog, in your WP content folder, in the plugins folder, into the plugin which is called BAI_G4S, and then you just edit that googlecode.htm, and that's all you have to do. You just need to edit that code just so that it's your publisher ID and your site campaign ID for your site. Okay, and then once you've done that, then basically you're off. The search button, search box will appear at the bottom of every post. Pretty unobtrusively, we've got the changing graphics to highlight it. We've got the reason why it's there, and it shows that it's from Google in the middle there. And then you just they'll just type in whatever it is they want to find, and they click search, and a new window opens up, and then they get the search results that you've specified on the sites you've selected with the keywords you've selected. And this top one is actually ads, and then they've got the sites that you've recommended, and then over on the right here is some more ads. So everything's related, and we're doing all the usual sort of thing. Now you can control the the design and style of this and the colouring and all that kind of thing, but you can see it's all basically there, and it it can have the usual YouTube results or whatever it is you've planned to have come up. This little empty graphic here, that's the logo, and I've not uploaded that properly, so you just make sure you get your URL to your graphic right there, and then that'll appear properly there. And they can even carry on searching from this place until they do find what they want. Now the beauty is you can't actually see it, but this is in a new tab, so when I close this tab they're right back on my site. So I've actually lost nothing. All they've done is a little detour to find some more stuff, maybe compare it, maybe get options, and then they come back to my site, and I'm still there, and I've got all my ads and extra content, and I've got a theme with flashing doofers. Then the doofers are going to flash, and and there we go. So that's it. It's as simple as that. So you just replace the code with your code, turn the widget on, and that's it. And it's low maintenance. There's nothing to do. If you ever decide you want to change the sites, you don't do it from the plugin. You don't have to reinstall the plugin. You don't have to re-upload the plugin. You don't have to put new code into the plugin, anything like that. You just go to Google, edit that campaign, change the URLs that you want in that campaign, and you're done. And you can do that obviously centrally for all of your websites, which is much better than having to go to each blog and changing some sort of config list or something like that. But basically once the plugin's installed, with your publisher ID and your campaign code, you never have to touch it again. And we've put the 7 different pictures in here so that it prevents ad blindness. It gives it a little bit of focus, it gives it a reason for being there, gives it a bit of style, actually adds to the kind of content, I think, and makes it look a bit more exciting. This post didn't have any pictures on it at all, or any graphics on it at all before we started, and by adding the search widget we've actually got something quite interesting. So that's basically it. So the basic idea is it's on all of your posts. You don't have to do anything, and if somebody searches and then clicks an advert, then you get paid just as they would with Adsense, but you haven't got all these horrible Adsense text adverts getting in the way of your actual content. And because these search boxes are right at the bottom of the the posts, then they don't really get in the way at all. Now the other thing is that the search gadgets work much better in the actual post at the bottom of the post, rather than having a widget up here in the sidebar or something, or if you edit your theme, having a search bar widget here, or even changing the search widget there. because they just get lost. Whereas this way, they're looking at the content. If they've got the content they want, they're happy. They don't need to to do anything. But if they want something else, then the search box is right there, and you make money basically if they use that search and click on an ad. So there's no real downside to installing it. It doesn't bleed anything. It doesn't divert the traffic. Because it opens in a new tab and they close the tab, they're back on your site. There's no real downside to using it at all. And the payout is the same or more than normal AdSense, and it will probably be much more targeted ads, something much more likely they want to buy, because they're actually putting in the search word rather than it being based on the content in your blog. I'm mentioning soup here, so a soup advert might appear if I had text ads on here. But they're going to be searching for iPad or whatever, and then obviously it's definitely iPad they want and not soup, so they're going to get iPad ads, which is what they're likely to want to click on and buy. So basically it's a much more productive thing, and again, it doesn't look like an advert. It just looks like it's a helpful thing, because it is. It's very much similar concept to to the thing that I just released recently called Pew, which again doesn't look like an advert. So and that's it. It's not hard to put in at all. It's low maintenance. In fact, it's non-existent maintenance, and and that's it. And you can use it in any way you like. You can search your own site. You can search your own network of sites. You can search your own preference sites. You can search whatever sites you think are appropriate. You can make a very special list of sites. If you're in an academic niche or something, you could make it go to some very cliquey kind of educational sites that most people don't know of, or something like that. If you're an art review site, you could make it go to secret review sites and all this kind of stuff. So there's a whole set of reasons why you can make this a very special search, and you can tell them in one of the posts why it's a special search engine, and and then you can put a badge over here or link to it, or put it in your menu, so that they could have secret search or something up here, and up would pop this this post with which would search your special list of places, your secret special cubby holes. So that's it. Okay, you can click the buy button. That'd be it's always good, and I'll talk to you then. Bye for now.